All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome to People in the Boxes, episode 114. It is Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central Time, as always, with People in the Boxes, and it is, October 3rd now, 2024. Let's go hit that like button and share it out. Let's go.
Welcome to People in the Boxes.
All right, everybody. We've got a lot to go over tonight. All sorts of crazy things going on in the world. Let's get to it. But before we do, head on over to locals.com and sign up. It's a free sign up, it's a free account. And you can decide to go over to the old Wayland the Indoor Farmer community on Locals and sign up if you'd like to be a supporter for $2 a month. So go check that out. It gets you into all kinds of goodies. Speaking of which, we will do one more spin tonight for the subscribers at the end of the show. And also for the audience, if you guys stick around and you're not a subscriber, you can get in on a game night ticket. Just hit that like button and share us out if you can. Really appreciate that. And even if you're not subscribed, you can win. If you are subscribed, you get the insurance for the hashing and dashing. But if you're not subscribed, you will have to be here to win. Now, I do have Dab and Dragon hot and ready to go for some dab action here in 1 minute, 2 minutes at the 7:10 Mountain Time. And of course, we have Kim with us in the house. Hi, Kim.
What's going on?
Oh, Kim, just we're up here trying to do the old People in the Boxes again by ourselves. Let's see if we can get anybody to keep us some company. I'm going to put the link out in the chat. Anybody from the audience is welcome up here. You can be audio only. Shut your camera off. Be anonymous even, unless we know your voice, Ted. But yeah, we got Ted in the house. What's up, brother? Yeah, anybody and everybody is welcome up on the show every week, even though, hey, sometimes the topics are tough, and that's the point. That's the whole point of the show. The point of the show wasn't to be like, hey, let's have these easy milk toast topics where people just don't care, So I want to talk about current events again tonight. We do this once a month, typically later in the month, but this has been a hell of a week, guys. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what's going on with us too. Kim and I both have some, craziness going on in our lives. So let us know out in the comments if you have anything interesting, something big happening in your life out there, good, bad, ugly, whatever, indifferent. Let us know how you're doing this week. What's the current sitch in the life? So, Kim, I guess we could start with you. I mean, you were just telling me how there's however much you want to get into, but yeah, there's a lot of headaches with trying to get construction done on any kind of building, but yours is a home, happens to be a home.
Yeah, so it's been like the last week has been really stressful because I paid $2,000 for extra concrete. So one of it was to build a 10 by 10 to build a shed on. The other is a 10 by 12, which is going to was temporarily, it's going to hold like a gazebo on top of it. But the bigger plan is to add 24 more feet of concrete and build a sunroom or a patio. I don't know, something extra because I have a tiny patio. And so anyway, so when I paid this $2,000, I told them this is what I'm going to do with it. Okay, I'm thinking we're good with the concrete. So the guy was over there putting the forms, and I noticed that they weren't putting like any rebar or anything in there. And I questioned it.
No rebar, guys. We all know this. I'm not even a construction worker.
Yeah. So anyway, so it turned into this big old thing, and So the choices for them from me were to either refund my money, which they don't want to do, or move that 12-foot section to the middle where it won't need footers, or put a footer in that piece of concrete. And I don't know, they're giving me grief. And then so we had words, and it was pretty heated, and I ended up just hanging up the phone because I was angry to the point of anger that I would have been verbally abusive, and that just isn't good for anybody. So I hung
Yeah.
up. I called my realtor, and so that's kind of where we're at. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. Like I'm
Sounds like
really
you Hulk smashed them. White Hulk smash.
Oh no. When I get angry, I'm like a fire-breathing dragon. Like I will scorch earth the fuck out of you. Like
I thought Scorpios were bad.
oh dude, Sagittariuses, like we're like super nice people. Like Ash is a Sag, Chris Fisher is a Sag, I'm a Sag. Super nice people.
Oh, that's a weird nickname. I don't like that.
What?
Sag.
Oh,
You're all saggy.
Saggy.
Big sagginess going on.
It's big saggy spirit. Just we're really nice people, but man, you ever piss us off, and it is like a demon comes out. And I'm not kidding you.
Like that lady from Scary Movie where she said, I told you I'd get a little crazy, and her whole head spins around.
Yeah.
You have to see it, I guess.
I've seen it. I just don't remember that part.
Jeremy in the house.
I saw all of those. Hey, Terry.
Scorpios are the best. That's right.
Scorpios are mean. That's the thing about Scorpios. Scorpios are mean.
I don't concur. Hey, we got King Neb in the house. What's up, man?
Scorpios.
Hello.
Hey, what's going
King
on?
Neb, what are you? Are you let me guess. Sagittarius?
He's a Capricornius.
I'm a customer.
He's a customer. Baby.
Yeah, I'm a customer.
That's right. We talked about this, I think.
Yeah.
That's good. We can go down memory lane. What's this? Is this the orgy here? I see the baby.
It is.
I see Johnson.
You see the baby oil? Baby oil, I threw it in there. I only put I put 4 things on the cover photo.
Terry
there's a lot more going on. What?
Terry says he's not mean.
Hello to everyone. Much love to you. Hope you're nice and feeling nice, smoking, feeling good.
King Neb in the house, y'all.
I'm tore up from the floor up.
Tore up, huh? Okay.
Floor up.
Here, there we go. I took the baby oil away, man. No worries.
I'm good. I need something.
I didn't know if maybe it would give you flashbacks from when you were like in show business. Just kidding. I ain't never been to a Diddy party. Never been to the...
I met Diddy, but I never been to one of his parties.
Really?
But yeah. Okay. In New
York. Did his hands feel silky smooth like a baby?
He was a good boy then. He was Sean Combs at that time.
Oh, right.
He was a young puppy. He was so I tried to get some music to him, but we sold like a lot of t-shirts and stuff in the street.
When was this? How long ago was that, King?
This had to be like early 2000s or something like that.
Yeah, because he came out in the 90s, right? It was was it in the 80s?
Yeah, it was in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
We got Jeremy in the house with us. Jeremy, the outdoor farmer. A little Diddy freak party. Hey, look, I disagree. I think Jeremy also maybe grows. Like, I bet you would do starts inside. I think this is the whole point of my name. Like, even farmers even like gardeners and stuff, they use the inside for lots of things, processing or growing little starters, plants before the season or whatever. But we're not going to get into that tonight. But it is a.
I'm about to say, what rabbit hole are we going down?
Right? No, you're right. Thank you for Hey, always be fine with holding holding up the brakes sign for me, bro. Never be worried about that. But I will say this. Currently, I read yesterday a little bit about it. Has to do with farming, but also current events with the whole strike at the. We're getting a little feedback. Is your phone sitting on the table?
You probably on a laptop.
Jeremy?
Yeah, mine was, dude. I was trying to
Okay.
get my Bluetooth
That's
working
okay.
fine until I actually joined your StreamYard and then my Bluetooth. connected.
Well, that's StreamYard for you. But if you turn your phone sideways, it will go. The screen will full screen and then also be off of the mic so that we can see it better. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So, but speaking of this strike, Kim had some awesome information or news that I didn't know about when we first got in. You guys have heard about the strike. You ever heard about the strike?
From Amazon?
No. Well, I heard about that. That's another thing I didn't put on the cover.
Oh,
that was
see,
kind of
I've been under a rock. I've been under a rock.
Okay, Neb. We're gonna be showing you some crazy shit. Besides the hurricane itself is a whole nother thing we're gonna get into.
Oh my god, that hurricane!
Not only the devastation, but like the conspiracy theories behind it, which are really, really crazy too. But with the strike, though, we'll get back to the strike. It's what was it, like 30 something docks on our East Coast ports
and the Gulf
went on strike. Bro. Like there was like 70 or 66,000. I forget what the total number of people that walked off the job.
Hold on.
The people that deal with this stuff coming into our country.
Oh, this is.
You can hear us.
I'm in my own zone somewhere. Like wow.
So
studio for a minute.
There's some information with that a lot of people didn't realize. If they go on strike for 1 week, they said something like I want to say it was November or December before we could actually recover and actually get everything unclogged and get it moving again. If they went on strike for 2 weeks, it would be 2025 before they could get it all straightened
U.S.
out.
port workers agreed to end their strike.
This crazy dude, this guy that's like in the charge of all of it, the longshoreman. It was the longshoreman. The guy that's in charge of all of them. There was a bunch of stuff coming out about him like right away because he was like basically saying on video that we'll cripple you. We will cripple you, America. We are about the and this guy makes like a $900 or 900,000 a year or something like that. Anyway, the story was getting worse, man. But then Kim told me before we started. Go ahead, Kim. You heard? Where did you see that you saw a report about the strike is over?
Well, I had the local news on earlier, and I heard something about it at that point, but I didn't really pay attention to it because I was busy. And so when I came in here to sit down and finish watching the rest of Steve-O's show and stuff like that, I started like reading. I do a lot of reading, but I started reading, and one of the things that I read about was that the strike they've suspended it. So is the language that they're using because they have a tentative agreement.
They just struck a deal or something. They just happened an hour ago. They went back to work. Yeah.
66% increase. They turned down the 50%. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, 62.
66 is what Rachel says. I can't corroborate, but
62% pay raise over 6 years. Over 6 years.
Oh, over 6 years? That doesn't sound terrible over 6 years.
Well, one of the things that was a sticking point for them, and I don't know if it still is or not. I haven't really been able to see anything about it, but one of the things that they were fighting for was there's a real concern that technology is going to take over doing their jobs. And
we've had this before, though. It's happening bigger and faster now, but we've had it before. Like remember, like there used to be whole factories that made typewriters.
Yeah,
typewriter factories. Remember those?
They want more money.
Well, I remember my sister. My mom's family's from Illinois, and they're in Illinois, in Streator, Illinois, is where my sister and all of them are from. But they had the Owens Corning glass plant. I don't know do you know where Streator's at, Waylon?
Yeah. I have a Streator, Illinois.
Yeah,
it's by Pontiac.
Yeah. I didn't know if you meant Illinois. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's where my sister's was from. And there was an Owens Corning glass factory there. And my sister it was a huge employer probably for that entire community, I would say. But my sister started right after high school working for Owens, and she worked for many, many years. And then in the late 70s, they started going to automation, and they started shipping a lot of started a plant overseas, I want to say. And so at that point, I remember that was a big thing. I was a little kid, when this was going on. I was under the age of 10.
Did they strike?
I don't know if if they were doing strikes or not.
Did they strike?
I don't remember, to be honest with you about that, but I just remember that it was like this big thing because her husband worked for Caterpillar.
Okay, so.
And Caterpillar was kind of going through the same thing at the same time.
Caterpillar was I've seen so many strikes in Caterpillar. Jeremy has too. Like we're from like.
Hey, I got 08, baby. I was the victim of 08.
Oh, you actually were part of one. I am not a fan of unions. I'm sorry.
No. Time out.
I gotta pee though.
Okay.
I'll be right back. You can kill me when I come back.
Oh, really?
Oh man!
Oh, man.
Chop.
Please, just real fast.
I want to chop
I know
up
where
real
you
quick.
live, man.
I'll give you
We're gonna handle this quick.
I'll give you a little. I'm a union person.
Yeah, I'm a union person too. I think unions are important.
I think, ain't nothing wrong with unions. I mean, yeah, they got their pockets, but you get paid big dollars. You get paid some good money.
Yeah,
I'm a teacher. I belong to the teachers union, and I'm going to tell you something. If it weren't for unions, like there's this local politics that plays into schools education that people don't realize. And if teachers didn't have union protection, man, all it would take is getting a principal in there that had some kind of grudge against you, and you wouldn't be employed. Like, it's terrible. It's very cutthroat. People don't realize how.
The union?
No.
Oh, just regular.
Yeah, without the union.
Basic, yeah. At least you might have your back when you work.
The union really protects the teachers. Now, does that mean that it doesn't create problems? Yeah, because you get these teachers that have tenure that are shit teachers, and you can't get rid of them. It's a lot.
And that's the negative effect of that side. They protect the good workers. They provide you with better wages. They provide you with a fair environment. But at the same point, how many people do they protect that should have lost their job 5 years ago, a decade ago? And because of that, it's crippling to a lot of the other employees.
There's a good side.
There's both sides.
I heard it.
Yeah. Well, let me just say though that it is not impossible to get rid of those people. But the thing is that you have to take the steps to do that. And a lot of people are not comfortable doing that because it's a lot of work on their part. You have to, to get rid of a bad teacher, you have to counsel with them first. And then you have to put them on a growth plan. It just depends on whatever it is that they're a problem teacher for. But
Jeremy, if you could, brothers, sorry, hit the microphone when you're going to make, you're right by your mic. So everyone's hearing the noise from the grind here.
That's my fault, man.
It's okay. There's a picture of a microphone, and if you have to cough or anything like that, we have people that will come up and smoke, and I do not want you to hold it in or try not to cough. Hit that mute or something, or if you got a fart,
No, with my phone sideways, it wasn't showing up on the bottom. Now it is.
Oh,
all right, I got you.
You might have to tap the screen, I guess. That could be what it is. But I know you're not used to StreamYard.
With the siren.
Yeah.
What's up, Lisa? Come on.
I'm going from grinding to smoking, so I'll meet you for a bit.
Let's do it. I'm here. I got my dab and dragon ready to go.
There's greed, dweebs in all organizations, man. Somebody's always greedy. Always. Yeah. It's always a greed. They want more money. They're worrying about technology. Well, somebody has to operate technology.
Well, yeah, but
get with the times.
It will replace a lot of people, but
I mean, it's already
get rid of a lot of jobs.
I think that's not going to matter. But I think
look
the
technology
race will help
in the biggest realm. Look at the biggest realm of technology overtaken. That was just original farming. The implement of actual farming machines, dude, that was huge. Just going back, and that's not even recent with robots.
Yeah, there's more robots.
We made a tractor, and here's something you drag behind it.
Robots.
Right. Even Eli Whitney with the cotton gin, man, that was the revolutionary phase that did what? Originally they're like, this is revolutionary, but no one realized the worldwide scale of what it's going to do to the work industry.
Right. But here's the thing, though, guys. I personally, maybe not all of you, but I personally like the idea of exploring more of space. And the more we get, the more we want to explore further, even not just space, but think of the planet. There's places on the planet that we aren't fully able to colonize. Like, that's going to help us spread out more and do more things. Now, it's going to displace people. I think there'll be lots of people displaced, which happens all the time for different reasons. But yeah, I think it's just going to happen faster and to a greater extent.
Well, I don't know, but I know that was one of the things that they were bargaining contracts. So, I saw a lot of chatter in Facebook feeds about people, all kinds of conspiracy kinds of stuff, that people were coming up with. Oh,
I haven't seen any.
Right. Oh God, dude, you're not in the right place.
Well, they want more money or whatever, right?
Well, it wasn't even about that. The conspiracies were that, this was contrived by the Biden administration so that for some whatever political.
Hey, Rod.
And
political, yeah, maybe. I mean, I could see it, but
so here's the deal. These negotiations, this has been an ongoing thing. Like, I've heard for months now chatter about these guys because their contract, all of this stuff is done by contract, and it was time for contract negotiations. And so there's been chatter about it for months. But see, the thing is if you don't pay attention to what's going on around the world, then you don't know that's been going on. And so all of a sudden, here we are, bam, right before a presidential election. And, we've got this strike. Well, I promise you, the last thing that any sitting president wants right before an election is for something like this to happen, because it fucks up the economy. And then,
yeah, but he's not running though.
It doesn't matter. They're wanting another Democrat.
You're right.
He's another party, man. Tired of them two parties.
Let me tell you one thing about Joe Biden. That man is a party player. So he is going to make sure that whatever is, greasing the wheels for the, Democrats.
Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
That this is not greasing the wheels for anybody. It's, because we've already got a problem with inflation, and, they're trying to adjust for all of that and stuff like that. So
but here's what's funny though.
Another economic problem, because that is
killer. It's still going to have an effect either way. But then on top of that, the whole the bigger ramifications of us trying to slow down automation means that we are going to fall behind some other people that are not slowing down automation. And you're going to have this at some point. It's going to be more costly to use humans, and that might be already, and so people eventually won't. That this is going to become pointless, So, but anyway, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Rod, what's up, man?
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Hey, Rod.
Hey, I got to go to Kutztown, Pennsylvania tomorrow, but I wanted to stop in and show my support for you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Big up.
I know you guys got a big trip this weekend, so it sounds like a good time. I had some trips planned, but what happened to me is my car stopped running while driving down the interstate. And they say the motor.
You gotta change the oil sometimes, bud.
My car has an oil leak. Actually, it has an oil leak, and we couldn't find the oil leak. And I couldn't even see a puddle, but I'd have to add oil every month or two. And eventually, I don't know.
Just a little bit of oil consumption might not even been a leak. Could have just been the age, a little bit of high mileage. Man, it happens.
Yeah,
that's where you want to start. Counter that more instead of every month or so, man. Find different actions to do, put a little more stabilizers and stuff in.
I could have done more. I just I know. He was I put a lot of work
we overlooked too much.
I drove him for a lot of miles there towards the end, so I think he was just getting a lot of overworked and underpaid. That's all. What's up, Joe? Yeah, definitely could have probably gotten him in sooner to get looked at. But he wasn't showing any signs of those kinds of issues. I just had oil put in. I put oil in. I still had some left. But, yeah, didn't think anything of it. And I can tell, you can, there's a sound when your car is, starting to run low on oil. We weren't there. Yeah, there's all kinds of signs. But nope, nothing like that. And it was just bloop, done. And I'm just like, okay, let me stroll. I had this I had to get to the side of the road with no power steering, which I know how to do, but it was like on the interstate. I had my son with me, had my dog with me. I had to put my dog in the tow
Sound
truck.
you stressing, brother. Stressing.
Yeah, it was
What are you gonna
stressful.
He's
do?
about to overheat.
Right,
I
so-
don't know. I've talked to some people in this nice lady who knows if she's watching. Someone hooked me up with her, and I guess they have a huge network of dealerships in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Well, can you pay at least $400 a month?" I'm like, "What? What?
Yeah, I got
The
$400.
used cars are
in the back
going
seat of the
crazy,
backyard.
man.
I'll just
The
pull off the
price
tree
of
for
used
you.
cars, right? Yeah, I just looking at it,
Just pull off the
like,
tree for you. I got
and
it.
it's gonna
So-
get worse."
It's
So
more
what are you looking
expensive
for
to buy
again? You
used
going back to
cars
another
than-
Beamer or what?
I didn't have a Beamer this time. Did you know that? Did you know I lost her?
No, I didn't even know you got rid of the BMW, man.
Yeah, I drowned her. I drowned her, just like
Huh?
throw
What?
mama from the train. Yeah,
What?
I
Oh
drowned
my
her.
gosh. Wait,
Literally,
what
it wasn't on purpose, guys, but it was
you doing?
driving down a road in the city that you would never have thought this happening. But there was flash flooding in the morning. It was on Glen, Glen. It was on Glen Avenue going towards University, and it's just it's a very long, slow decline, which you can't really tell. But then it goes
down
up.
between the apartment complexes before you get up to like
Yes.
Friar Tuck. Yeah,
That's
I know
crazy,
Guys,
exactly where you're at,
30
man.
minutes is this flash flood. It was raining so hard that we were driving 5 miles an hour on the interstate. All the cars were like, it was that, and that's very rare. I can see in the rain pretty well, when it's
Yeah.
raining like that.
That's
Anyway,
bad.
so
That's bad.
anyway, so that when I get on Glen, she was water was up over the hood in like a matter of seconds. It was just,
Oh my
it was
gosh.
insane. Yeah. And then I was just stuck right there on the hill, and a bus almost hit me, man. I was watching behind me until a cop got behind me to put their lights on to like make sure everyone, even
Oh,
then
yeah.
people were coming right up on it, And the bus,
That's
man, I'm
crazy.
watching my rearview mirror. I'm like, here it comes. And they saw me at the last second and got over. I'm like, holy shit. But it was
That's crazy, dude.
stressful too. But yeah, but you know what was funny about it? It was actually a godsend, you guys. You guys may hear this. You guys may have heard me talk about it before, but I'm not, I'm not a necessarily theological, religious man. But I'm a very spiritual man. I have my own relationship with things, and I feel like I've been given this calling.
You're
And
free.
I tell you what, God gave me that gift of drowning my BMW, and at the time, I did not feel that it was a gift. But I had just moved into my house, my first, owned home, VA home loan. I did the sacrifice. Now I get this house, and so finally getting the house, God was like, you don't really need that BMW right now. What you need is a few extra dollars for things for your house. I needed a mower and all this stuff, right? The mower's $400 if you want to get a nice mower, things like that. So I was able to buy Trevor, who just died. God rest his soul. I was able to buy Trevor for $6,000 and outright, no payments, and then still had, this was the godsend, because everything had just gone up in price for like used cars. I got every cent back that I paid for it, including the fees and all of everything, like all the way out the door. I got every dollar back, and so I didn't lose out on it at all. All I got to do was drive a Beamer for a year. That was a badass little twin turbo. I loved her. Demonica is her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then instead I was able to get a SUV that got me to places where I couldn't have taken her. Like I like as far as hauling things and stuff like that. So going to events. But anyway, it was a godsend. I was able to get a lot of stuff for like a new house. For that difference. It was crazy.
Yeah, she was a total pavement princess, but she was a good toy.
She was a beast.
She was a good toy, man.
Rod, I don't know how long you're going to be with us, man. So let me hear it. Is there anything major you want to promote, or go anything crazy going on in your life? What's this trip about? Because we do talk big major events, but we also want to talk, hey, what's going on, current events in our lives too, right?
Oh, it's just a small event in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. One of
PA.
those little can of fairs, and they're not very,
Okay.
they're not very financially awesome. You know what I mean? Like the last time I went to one, the last one I went to in the Pocono Mountains, it was I sold 4 of my kits, so I mean, or 5, and it paid my way that time. So I mean, and it gets you exposure, and when you're going up against all these big, huge names, it's you're the little guy, the underdog, and everybody thinks you're a snake oil salesman, and you know what I mean, like
Right.
so, who are you, kind of thing. You're not Athena, you're not Advanced Nutrients, you're not no big guy. So why would we ever bother with you?
Right. Well, the
Till they
smaller
try it,
events a
of
lot of
course.
times are better. Smaller events are better networking situations for people like us
Yeah.
trying to get out there.
I put up. I hand out a lot of information sheets with my business card and stuff, and a description of each product a little bit. And
could you send me a link, Rod? Please send me a
yeah,
link.
sure.
Joe says if I'm if I'm naming a car, it's going to be a girl because I'm riding in it, hitting her. Well, I thought of that, and then I thought, well, do you want to be inside it, like fully, completely? You want to what? You want to be in the womb? I mean, hanging out inside the womb? Like, what's happening really here? If you're all the way inside of, Anyway, go ahead.
I've always named mine females too. When you said Trevor, I was like,
it's a Chevy Traverse, though. Like, what else do you name a Chevy Traverse?
Look, there you go. There you go.
Like,
that
what
makes
else would you
sense
name
now.
them?
Like, there's a connection now, Trevor.
You just like,
Traverse,
there's
like,
nothing else
but
that comes to mind for something like that,
I was trying to picture what you would call a Trevor. I'm like, maybe he had a Pinto. I'm not really sure right now. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
It was a
Pinto.
Like, I could see a Hummer being named Trevor.
Hey, did you see they're making new Hummers?
With the Hummer company, is it back? Was purchased by somebody or what?
No, they're going to start making Hummers again.
Interesting. The Hummer brand, I guess, because they're making all different, sizes and shapes of them now. And,
I don't know, but I saw an ad on TV the other day, and I was like, oh, that's interesting looking.
Oh, check this out, Don. Ted says, I have your utopic nutrients for my next grow in December, Doc.
Ted, what's
up,
brother?
Ted? Big Ted, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, Neb, you talked to Ted. I think he came up
cool.
one night.
Say it again there, King. What'd you say?
Tedibles. You met Tedibles on
I met Ted.
One
yeah,
night.
I met Ted.
Yeah. So let's get the serious part out of the way. We're at 40 minutes. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you want to get that game night ticket tonight. We'll do a spin a little bit later. The hurricane. Good. I mean, I guess the presidential, the VP debate is another one, but I don't really call that too serious. I didn't watch that. I saw some of it, but the hurricane, though, first of all, very tragic and extreme, like loss of life and all kinds of stuff. Like, I watched this video. These people, like, they didn't want to leave their home. They're all sitting around the table, water up to their, chest, and they're all just sitting in their home still in the water. Yeah. Like, you would think they'd make some effort to get out of the water, but they were just like
scared to move.
Just like, I'm here. That's it. Yeah. Right. Shock maybe. But here's the conspiracy part of this.
Uh-oh.
Well, there's the
some shit.
Let's go with the real part first, which is they're not receiving aid. The aid is not going to them because the financial aid has gone to other places, Ukraine and our people who are not here legally and stuff. The money's just going elsewhere, and now they're saying, "Oh, we spent the money already this year." Who was it? FEMA. But like there's no aid coming to our own people with a hurricane. Now there's this conspiracy theory that this was a weapon of some kind of weather weapon, and that they did this on purpose. And this is the reason. North Carolina is sitting on top of one of the biggest deposits of quartz, and they could make a lot of it was like quartz and something else too. Like, there's some really rare minerals under there, but how do you displace that many people in order to get to it? And that's there's this whole theory that, like, you're muted, Jeremy. That's the theory. I don't know if like, that's fine. he's got the thumb iPhone. Red 6, what's up? Something happened in Hawaii. Okay, well, come up, Red 6. Tell me about it. Ted, come on up. Are you going to tell me something happened? Something somewhere happened in an elevator. We can't tell you what. We can't tell you where, but it's really bad. That's actually a news headline about Trump
really bad.
a while back. I guess I'm a theorist. Yeah, I heard about it too, Ted. Have you heard about this? Hey, we got Red 6 in the house.
Red 6,
George, what's up?
What's going on?
What's going on, homie?
What's up, man? What were you saying? Something happened in Hawaii?
I was just saying that the same type of thing happened in Hawaii.
Oh, the same thing. Yes, I'm sorry. I read some.
People were drowning in the ocean, and
they were blocking off traffic. You can't get out of here.
They didn't get a whole lot of aid out there either. So
they were stopping people from going in and out to get people out. Yeah. And just some
disaster
happened there.
Beyond disaster.
Yeah.
In peace.
Some people think that's the conspiracy theory. There was that it was a laser weapon.
Yeah.
Lasers that and the houses that were painted blue didn't catch fire or something.
I'll put it past somebody.
Y'all think there's entities that control the weather now?
There's some technology, and supposedly it's been around for a long time. I've seen,
I believe so,
stuff about it, but I don't think
they used to seed clouds back during
cloud
the
seeding
Depression when we went through, the Dust Bowl and stuff.
But to make a hurricane though, that seems like a stretch.
I mean, it's I don't know. What's the science behind it?
Well, they start down in Central America, so I mean, they start so far away from America.
That's true.
That one started in the Gulf, didn't it?
Yeah, but it was a tropical storm before
was
that.
There two?
Most hurricanes are tropical storms.
Was it two hurricanes, one in Ohio and one in North Carolina, or is that the same one?
That was the same one. It was humongous.
That traveled down there. So why is North Carolina? So North Carolina must have just been the one of the most hit.
No, it was Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina for sure.
We got a lot of rain.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain otherwise too. I was really concerned because one of my closest friends lives in Georgia. And I saw a picture on Facebook yesterday where Six Flags is that giant roller coaster is literally halfway underwater.
Wow.
Oh my God. I didn't realize that Georgia had gotten hit that bad at that point. And then, so I was frantically trying to make sure he was okay, so.
Wow.
But that was crazy. Literally that they have the Google it. That friggin' roller coaster was half underwater. It was crazy.
Let's check it out.
Right, Ted, right about that. Been used since the 50s. Gathering information.
This whole thing about North Carolina being on top of a bunch of really rare minerals and quartz and stuff. I don't know about that one. But that's
Where's Atlantis? I'm still looking for that.
I don't believe in that kind of crap.
What? You don't believe in Atlantis?
Oh, Atlantis? Oh, dude, when I was in high school, we had to write a paper, and that's what I wrote my paper on, was the lost city of Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
I checked out every friggin' book I could find on that to write my paper.
Okay, so tell us where it is.
Oh, they don't know.
Saw it too, Lisa May. I'm pulling it up now.
That's why it's still the lost city of Atlantis.
I think it's off the coast of Africa, or actually maybe on they actually think it could be on land. It's part of the land that's now exposed. Anyway.
From receding water or something of that nature.
Yeah. Okay, I have some pictures. Six Flags underwater, you guys. Holy cow.
That's horrible.
I've been on that roller coaster. I mean, yeah.
Wicked. That's wicked.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I saw that, and it scared the hell out of me when I saw that.
Those, and they're high too. They're up
yeah, it was half underwater. Show that one. Scroll it. Where'd it go?
To the left, right? All the way up.
To the left.
Right
that
there.
one.
Yeah.
Right there in the
right.
middle. Look at that. And the
That's
one on
crazy. That is.
Try to make it a little bigger, but that's what he said. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at that one, man, on the right there. Holy cow.
Like I feel like, hey, can we still try to run it?
Hell
Electrified.
no.
They said New York's supposed to be coming up sometime soon. New York's supposed to have a flood.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm
In
not there no more.
New York.
Wait, Waylon, I just want to point out that looks like Glenn when you drove down and buried your car.
Basically,
Man.
man,
I'm no shit. Coming off one of those hills, that's what you ran into. I know how deep that hill is.
the great mini, the great mini hurricane of Glen Avenue of 2022 or whatever. Hello, Margaret. What's
Hey,
up?
Margaret.
Cheers. Shouts out to Margaret and everybody else who's purchased a hat. Trent Allgood purchased a hat. We've got a winner of this month's or last month's Indoor Farmer hat box was none other than. Can you guess who won, Kim?
Margaret.
No.
I have no idea.
My son's mother, Alexandria. Yes.
I didn't even know that was a potential winner.
Yeah, she got on the list, and she took the second pink and white hat.
Aw.
Shouts out to
you
her.
give me a pink and white hat there,
I didn't have to pay shipping.
Waylon.
What?
Why you shouldn't give your wife the hat?
We're not married, brother.
Oh well, your lady friend.
She can win one just like the other supporters. No, she wouldn't ask for one for free anyway because she knows I did this, to get things rolling. And actually, I'm gonna start. I need to get shirts made. I'm so indecisive about it though because you guys, I've said it before. I've got like 15 awesome friends throughout the Canna community that could make me shirts. I'm like, who the hell am I gonna go with? Like, I need to spin a wheel with everybody's and like make it live and in public. Look, it's not me, it's the wheel. Be mad at the wheel.
Right. That's a sticky
like,
situation.
holy cow, I could go through so many people to do it, and I'm like, oh.
That's a sticky situation.
Yeah, it is tough. It's like I should almost I should go outside of my sponsors, but that seems wrong too. I should just spin a wheel of my sponsors who do shirts because there's like 4, I think, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, Uncle Rick's Genetics in the house. What's up, my man? You guys, I wish I have made it. That's okay. You guys had a thing going on this weekend, but I'm hoping to see you guys, Doc and Uncle Rick and everybody come up. We got 10 spots, and this week we're doing current events, but next week we'll get back to some kind of. The whole point of it is generally a topic that as many people as we can, cram in, have had some experience with, and even if you had no experience with that topic, that is a perspective, and that's the whole point of the show is to gain perspective by sharing our experiences, not just going, oh, here's my opinion, because we could argue about opinions all day long till we're blue in the face, but if you tell me what you experienced, on the topic, then I can't argue with that, right? What's up, King?
That's the opinions is just like assholes,
Everyone has one, and they all smell like shit. And I tell you what, I don't mind opinions. We get into opinions, that's fine. But we fall back on something where it's like, hey, here's the set topic that has to do with everybody. Here, let's hear your opinion. We've had like somebody. We did a camping one time. We talked about camping. And the one guy's like, I've never been camping. Like, well, that's a perspective to have. Like, what's that like? Never been camping. You know what I mean? Like, tell me about that.
Hold on now. Time out. I've been camping one time.
You broke the stereotype, Neb.
Yeah, but
one time. Went camping.
I was strapped to the T-tool. I'm strapped to the teeth.
You were strapped to the teeth with what?
Yeah, snakes, all that.
Snap!
I'm a city boy.
You went real camping then, like somewhere where there's no electric plug-in or anything.
No, right, exactly. We only had like a little fire pit. We made breakfast on that. That was pretty dope. But it was raining that night.
I'd love to go real camping. Red Six, you ever been out like in the mountains somewhere, like real camping?
I was stationed in Alaska. Does that count?
That's pretty fun. I mean, I can't get any closer than that. Yeah.
We did our field training exercises. Okay, so I remember doing a land nav course on the side of a mountain one day, right? And we're out there just walking along, and we're kind of in a point where the trees, they only look maybe 3-4 feet tall. You know what I mean? So you're walking through them, and all of a sudden the lead guy just disappeared in between these trees.
Oh
Well,
my.
what it was is we had found a snowdrift. The trees were really like 20 feet tall, but the snowdrift was so tall that the only thing you could see was the very top of the trees. So we're all like, stop, back up. You know?
We're not walking into that.
But he went right off the road, right down straight into that snow and was gone. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Where did you go?
What's that, Doc?
Are we all veterans? Everybody here?
No, just two of us, three of us, I guess. Four of us, actually. A lot of us, but
I saw an Air Force flag sitting in the back
count.
there.
Can you count? Wait.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. What's that? What'd you say?
Can you count? It's 4
No,
of us.
what did Doc say? Sorry.
Oh, I saw the Air Force flag hanging behind Kim.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Reds from Boots to Bushes. I think I just became a member of your group, brother.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
If you guys are a veteran out there, you want to jump in the group over there, Boots to Bushes. Check them out. We should be. I think I hit the share button.
That reminds me of something cool I can share with you.
You want to what? I'm sorry.
I said that reminds me of something cool I can share with you guys. And
Okay.
I'll be putting it out there soon.
I'll dab to this.
There's a dude named Brian Roof, United States Marine Corps combat veteran. And he's been doing a podcast for 2 years now. He's got 100 shows so far. And and he's got a producer guy, they're friends. And so they produce this podcast. And I've been wanting to, for years, I've been wanting to figure out a way that I can take my old manism to the younger veterans. I was Desert Storm time. And so.
So was I. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't go there, but I was in during that time. I was teaching at Corman School at the time.
Cool.
Yeah, so I recently just joined the VFW down the street for the first time ever in my life to try to find the Afghan Iraq veterans and friend them and see how I could ever help these people, And there's no Iraq, Afghanistan veterans at any VFW, from what I'm told. They don't go tears in the beers kind of thing like the Nam guys and the World War Korea guys. And
I never go.
yeah, I used to work at one time many years ago. I've hardly ever been in one besides that. But I thought I could find these younger vets, and be a mentor to them and help them in some way, whatever way I can, And so none of that worked. So being a part of the Veterans Canada community and getting with Brian, there was one episode he brought me on. I figured something out that I think I can do to help. So there's another dude that's in the Veterans Canada community. His name is Joe Glenn. He's an Army combat medic. I was a peacetime corpsman, so it's not the same, but we're blood brothers in a sense. So check this out. What if there was a podcast where veterans bring on veterans to tell their story? They can go as deep or as shallow as they want. We can talk about the things that the VA does and doesn't do. And then we can also talk about the main premise is, how did cannabis save your life? How did cannabis help you with your medical symptoms? So it's kind of and I just think it would be inspiring for other vets to hear other vets of the same era. Oh, well, I started eating edibles of this kind, and it helped me with my seizures, or it helped me with my depression or my PTSD. In fact, there's lots of cannabis strains out there that helps. They're very helpful with PTSD. Well, we're going to get into that in the podcast. And I was just thinking that if we can help prevent veteran suicide by somebody learning something from the show, even if you try let's say I've got PTSD and you've got PTSD and you said you tried this and this and it worked, then I know that I can at least go try that to see if it works for me. right? It may not, but you could try. So the premise is allowing veterans to have a voice, unfiltered, uncensored. There's going to be no editing whatsoever. Whatever they say, it goes on. And so I want them to have the freedom to speak their truth. And what the craziest thing was, I had a veteran buddy stop by here. We're going to run the first ever Veterans Michigan Cannabis Cup. So the veterans in Michigan can grow their weed. And we got a big promoter said they'd do it for us for nothing hardly. And so we're going to have the very first annual Veterans Cannabis Community Michigan Veterans Cannabis Cup. So
sounds great, man. I hope that you do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod.
Yeah.
You need to talk to a guy named Paul Bishop. He's in the canna community, and he's kind of hard to get a hold of. So he's an Air Force veteran. He's out of Mesa, Arizona, and I haven't talked to him in a couple of years about anything substantial, but he started a 501c3, whatever it's called. And I can't remember the name of it, but it's related to veteran suicide. He was joined with the VFW there in Mesa to try and get a grow room started for the vets, to get them off of alcohol and to, use
wonder how that worked out for him, because it's pretty.
I'm not really sure. He's had some pretty serious health problems the last few months. He was in the hospital real sick. But he might be somebody that you could talk to. He is not the kind of guy that's going to get onto a podcast, I don't think. He's very behind the scenes kind of guy. But you guys have a commonality with some of your ideas that you were mentioning, so he would be a good person maybe. Oh, and he's one of the co-founders of the Earl Cup, which is, I don't know if it's the only cannabis cup in Arizona, but it's a big cannabis cup. They have them twice a year. So there's some parallels there for you.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find them.
Yeah, well, if you can't, let me know. Or let Waylon know, and he can let me know, or whatever.
I guess with me, it's just like, ever since I was no longer a corpsman, it's always been like something's missing. Something's missing. I'm not hands-on anymore. I used to start IVs and do suturing and draw blood and do CPR on people who are dying and all that kind of shit. And I got out, it was just done, And if I can help somebody medicinally through cannabis, even if I don't know anything or know the answers to stuff, I'm going to bring people on that do, and see if we can't stop some of the suicide. You're talking like 22 a day or some shit. I mean, come on, really? Honestly,
that's crazy.
It's nuts.
That's one reason I use on screen. That's what I'm trying to help, to show them. There's another way. Like Jeremy knows, back when we did the show, just recording the show and then uploading the show. We weren't smoking on screen. We would get blitzed before the show and be like, okay, now it's time to talk on the show. What we're gonna say?
In all fairness, like, I smoke in the evenings. I'm not an all-day smoker. Like, I only smoke when the day's done. I can finally relax at home. I don't do that in my career. I don't do that because I always worry when my kids aren't home. If I have to leave the house, I want to be prepared. But I go to Wayland's and we're going to do a show. Don't even talk. He's like, you want to do a dab? And he's like, all right, let's go start the show. And there's like no game plan. And I'm like, what? Huh?
I never did make it.
So if you go back and watch those, man, they're hilarious. Just realize, like, he just got me baked. And then he's like, and go. Let's just be organic with it. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah,
see, we've known each other. Like, Waylon and I went to high school together, man. We played football together and stuff. So, like, we've known each other for a long time.
I think it's pretty cool that he's the indoor farmer, you're the outdoor farmer, and my mother.
I grow grapes professionally for a vineyard, so
don't let him fool you. He grows things indoors too.
I'm sure he does. And my mother-in-law, she listens to this national radio thing in the mornings. It's called the Indoor Outdoor indoor outdoor guys, and one guy talks about construction on the outside. The other guy is knowledgeable about construction on the inside. It's called the indoor outdoor guys, and it just made me think of that.
And then he's like, no, you can't come inside here. I don't care what your opinion is in here.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I grow an extensive garden usually every year in the backyard. Get the kids involved, get them hands involved with it too. So yeah, there you go, man. Those look nice.
Yeah, let's pull Neb up here.
I'm starting to chop mine now. I chopped one today.
Nice.
Well, speaking of, things going on right now, King Neb just had a book come out.
What?
It's available.
Yeah, a book. I gotta. They sent me the letter back. I gotta do some fixing on it, but it's the art of growing cannabis. Here it is. I just put it in front of my face. You don't need to see my face. Oh, you can't even see me.
Hang on. I got you.
The art of growing cannabis, becoming one with your plant. It's right to the point.
Hell
I
yeah!
ain't getting too Scientology with it. I'm just gonna get right to the point. You can do how much you want 2x2. You want a pound of 2x2. Okay, this is how you do it. And I got where you don't have to use bottled nutrients, or is it like different methods, like the grocery store grower, like you were saying. So it's straight to the point. My first publication. Man.
I don't know what the audience just saw, but I tried to switch it back.
It's on Amazon. If you have Kindle, it's on Amazon. If you got Amazon Prime, it's free on Kindle.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Oh,
so
I work at Amazon.
So you could tell us about the strike, right? Maybe a little bit.
Well, dude, we're RSR, man. That's the FCs, dude.
You can't talk
we're
about
delivery. They're the fulfillment centers that are striking. It's not the delivery units.
Okay,
we're the delivery unit here.
Like
everything from the FCs, like so the Amazon, that's where Waylon and I live, where I work at, we're an RSR. So what it is, we're just the delivery station that delivers Amazon Prime members packages. So Chicago and St. Louis feed into our hub, and that's where we get our packages every day. So like we're on delivery, like we're still new. They haven't even been around for like 2 years. So the FCs, the fulfillment centers that actually pack everything and ship it to us, they're the ones, the big area ones, like up in Chicago. There's 2 in St. Louis. Like they're massive places. They're the ones striking. We just heard about it ourselves today. We're all like, okay. Like, yeah, we are a tiny facility compared to how big Amazon is.
Yeah. So it was the dock workers that went on strike.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
At Amazon?
Yeah, they have docks.
That's a kick in the nuts, man. That's a huge kick in the nuts.
I work on the dock at Amazon. We have to get those trucks locked to the building to make them safe, and then we have to not only do that, we have to install the ramp safely, and then we have to unload everything into the building. And then when we're done, we have to unlock everything from the building.
Water dock?
Take it back.
No.
Like loading dock.
Loading
docks. The trucks, man. The semis, the haulers.
I'm trying to figure out if you're being sarcastic.
Well, no, like when you were saying that it was the workers on the dock, I thought we were going back to the other strike.
No.
Oh, there's different ones, but it's okay.
Yeah,
we'll forgive you, buddy.
Strikes. Are there any other strikes going on there right now? I should know about.
Dude, I don't know.
Baseball season right now.
It's my busy season, man.
Strike.
Oh, good.
Tim's gonna strike, man. I'll be up here just talking about myself next week.
No, I don't mean strike this.
Okay.
Punch somebody out.
Speaking of punch out, I'm gonna pop out all the names from the list of likes. So make sure you hit that like button before I do, and then grab everybody from Rumble and X. We're gonna get this wheel going real quick. Here, I'll share it in. So let's talk about Diddy.
Done Diddy.
Diddy's done? You think Diddy's done, or did he do?
I think Diddy's nasty.
Probably
he's adios.
Do you think?
I think he's gonna be suicidal.
I think
somebody's gonna offer him. He knows too much. He knows a lot of political figures.
Here's what I think. You think they're just going to straight off him? I think they're going to use it for something to the effect of everybody has been crying and whining and getting really vocal about and not stopping about where's the list, Epstein's list. Where's the
Do
list?
you see don't you see a lot of people stepping down? You don't witness the people that stepping down out of office.
Yes, I do,
A
but
lot of
that's
people
not
stepping-
the same thing as giving us the list. You know what I mean? So my point is, they could use this, and they could use the politicians. They will sweep every celebrity they can under the rug in order to get out of the spotlight.
Hell
So
yeah.
imagine what could be bigger than the whole Epstein thing,
The
in order
list.
to get our minds off of it. And that would be something with gossip, like with celebrities, right? Oh, all the celebrities, Justin Bieber was involved. And so, like, we don't care about the island anymore. We're all just like worried about baby oil. So
I want to see one of those bitches go to jail. That's what I'd like to see. I like to see some
would too, but I don't think
there's a lot of rich folks that's doing that. I remember we have popes and stuff doing stuff like that. So if you think the pope is not going to do things like that, then what? People with power and they got protection, and then all these people coming to their party, hush money, be quiet, or he has a list, but it never dropped, did it? There's a so-called fake list out there.
Brenda thinks there's a good opportune time. Okay, what's up, Gabrielle? What's up, Cindy? Go ahead, Neb.
I think Diddy looks at Epstein and says, "You're my bitch."
You think so? You think Diddy was higher up on the ladder?
He had federal protection. He had federal protection.
Didn't they both? You think?
He was an informant, and isn't that funny? He's an informant.
Who?
Diddy. He has federal protection.
From who?
Well, thank God, because he was going to prison the rest of his days, bro.
Why does he need federal protection?
That's why I thought he had so much power. That power, he got protection. A lot of people died around Diddy. Not
probably
just
because of child trafficking.
Tupac,
yeah, but Diddy was a hustler, man. He hustled. So who knows what
hustler, baby,
kind of stuff was still involved in.
Did he kill Pac though?
Yeah, basically.
I think he did.
You think did he kill Pac?
Yeah, there's a documentary on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe he did. Why not? I'm saying Biggie did.
I think it would be some like low level. Well, maybe he was low level.
Yeah, and they kind of say that he did Biggie too. Because of insurance, you know how they used to do with the celebrities back in the day.
Sure. Wasn't Biggie trying to get out of his record label?
Yeah, he was trying to get out of his record label. Yeah,
he was upset.
He
He wasn't getting paid near. Diddy was pretty much taking all his money.
But
yeah, that was rampant.
I think it's a distraction.
Rap business, I think.
Yeah,
it's always a distraction.
Another distraction.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's going to be a distraction.
From what?
Distraction from
all kinds of things, like like such as the conspiracy I named about charlatan. I keep saying charlatan. Charleston.
What the hell are you trying to say? Just spit it out.
Hey, come on, man! I have a speech impediment.
Good luck, everyone.
You dab too much, and your tongue is stuck to the roof.
No, I had the same problem last night. I could not say Charleston. I said charlatan about 6 times. Anyway, it could be something as simple as that, like a man-made hurricane that was meant to displace people so they could steal the natural resources. Or it could be like the war stuff that's going on. Have you guys seen the video over? And actually, I'll pull up the video.
I haven't seen anything today.
Loop.
I wasn't reading about that. I was reading about
Cat Williams was right.
Yeah, Cat Williams was 100% right.
I love Cat Williams, man. I love Cat.
How is Cat? What?
Yeah, he predicted that. He said, "Y'all gonna see a lot of people gonna start getting in trouble."
Have you seen his podcast with Shannon Sharp?
Yes.
His interview.
Did he put a hit out on Cat Williams too?
And Joe Rogan's show.
We're gonna pull up this video that you guys. Let's see if anybody's seen it.
I couldn't believe. I can't really say that, but I didn't know that Cat Williams was so smart.
He's very smart. Very
intelligent.
A whole different level than regular people. Like
yeah, he's way ahead.
Yeah, he's way up there, y'all.
Yeah.
And such a calm, cool cat. You know what I mean? Like,
wasn't he talking about learning under Richard Pryor and couple other people too that really taught him how to run the comedian game. And
He got his own lane in the
He's
community.
he's at his own level.
Yeah, he got his own
Hey,
lane.
you know, it's funny. Waylon and I live where Richard Pryor's from.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
I've been to his school.
There's a statue. Have you seen the big statue they put
I've
down
got
there
a
by
picture of
Big
me with the
Station
statue.
downtown?
Yeah, dude,
Funny.
that thing's hilarious.
I heard about it.
I grew up on that.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
used to
about it,
drive
but
by it at the post office every day.
so I've been in the. I used to patrol for the. I was a security guard for the hospital. And I used to go through the white school. It was called was his grade school. And that's the reason that school can't
You
be
racist?
pulled
Did
down.
you say white school?
White school, yeah, and it's falling apart, like water raining through the ceiling and stuff.
Gotcha.
But they can't tear it down because Richard Pryor went there. That's some real shit. But let me show you this though. Check this out. Have you guys seen this happening? This was from.
What is that? The comment thing? Comment
Oops,
shower?
I
Or
just
meteorite
shut it
shower?
off by accident.
What happened?
I think
Is that
those
the
are
Elon Musk satellites that can link together?
they look like missiles.
Yeah, they were missiles. Hang on, I don't know why I just unshared it by accident.
Somebody just bombed somebody else. I can't think of who.
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to look for. This is not the right video though.
I think Israel responded
Tony Paul,
overnight
man.
to.
Is that what it is?
Well, I don't know if that's
It's
what.
in
This
Ukraine.
is from a year ago though. This is Was this it? No. October 1st. No. All right. Wasn't it Israel that was fired upon?
Yes, by
How do you spell
Iran.
How you spell Israel? Is ISR.
AEL.
There you go.
I knew I was going to spell it backwards.
They responded back overnight.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
You tell who's
I want
edgy.
to see the current one though. Oct 1.
So what's Iran's thoughts on why they're doing this?
July. July.
What is it? Why are they pissed at Israel?
Same reason they've been mad at him for 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Land.
They just never have liked each other.
What?
It's a religious war.
It is a
Wow.
religious
Yep, it is.
war, but what they're pissed about, what Iran is pissed about, is that Israel is coming into their sovereign boundaries after
Overnight. Here we go.
people that they're going after.
Overnight, Israel carried out massive airstrikes to the suburbs of Beirut, described by Reuters correspondents as more serious than those during the assassination of Nasrallah late September.
I live by the motto, don't start none, won't be none. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, Israel, if someone's bombing America, guess what? We're going to do it back. So you can't blame Israel for fighting back when they get bombed by a country, out of nowhere.
Yeah, you can't be defenseless.
No.
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff is unfolding right now, and so there's a lot of things going on in the
Only thing
world.
that's messed up is they hitting civilians though. I understand if it was like a military base, so you're hitting somebody.
But they're trying to minimize. That's called collateral damage, and so they're trying to minimize collateral damage as much as they can. But honestly, and I'm not. I don't know. I'm a fighter, but I'm also a lover of peace. But fuck that. They have been fucking with Israel for millennia.
Yeah, a long time.
You know what I mean?
And going back and forth, no matter who's in office.
And everybody keeps taking, being shitty to the Jews. It's like, leave them alone, whatever.
Yeah, basically.
The hate, because it's not just the Muslims that hate them; it's all kinds of people.
Nobody has some of those conspiracy theories about Jewish people. Like, we're not going to talk about them because they'll get
you.
You
go to conspiracy theories, man.
But
I don't really believe in any of those things. But like, there's a lot of people out there that for some reason have this
Well, there's a lot of people out there that think get a black cat going in front of you is bad luck. So
I owned a black cat. A lot of bad luck too. That's good. Go ahead, Don.
There's a lot of conspiracy stuff, like conspiracy theorists that I never used to pay attention to at all. And many things have come true that were quote unquote conspiracy theories. And guess what?
That term wasn't even used till the 70s. Like it's just a theory or a thought that someone's having. Like
10 years ago, it was a conspiracy theory that
Kim, congratulations.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Don. Kim Marston wins the game night ticket.
Cool.
Congrats, Kim. I know she likes game night.
Kim's here.
No, but Israel, Israel is what they're doing is they're going after these guys hardcore. They're going to stamp them out, kind of like the U.S. did with, the people that were targets from, 9/11 stuff.
Isn't Israel special forces like top of the world? Don't mess with
world class.
They got Adam Sandler, bro. They got Adam Sandler in their special forces.
People,
man. Don't mess with the Zohan.
Yeah. So I thought that thing with the blowing them up with the pages and stuff was brilliant.
It's a dumb war. I mean, just everybody's human being.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
You know what I mean, just make peace. Here, have some of this land, have stipulations. But Jesus,
do you know the origins of the Muslim people, the faith, the people that fall under the Muslim faith? Do you know the origins?
I used to be Muslim. The origins, I do not know of.
So, remember Sarah and Abraham? Was it Abraham that wanted to have the baby? I know it was Sarah. She couldn't have a baby. And, God kept telling her that he was going to bless her with a child. And so she got impatient and she put her husband with, I think it was Bathsheba. I'm really bad with names, but I think it was Bathsheba. And they made a baby. And that baby was Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Uh-huh. And so later on, Sarah gets pregnant and has her own baby, which is, I think it was Isaac was her baby. Okay. So when she had her baby with her husband, she kicked Bathsheba and her baby out of the community, the kingdom, whatever it was that they lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord appeared to her and told her that her son was going to be the father of, I think it said the father of many nations. And that is the origins. That's where the Muslim faith originated.
Well, you think I personally have never met an extremist Muslim person. All the people that I've ever
have extremists in all organizations.
Oh yeah,
they're very, 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 very
Christians that are doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of them are honorable people.
Yeah.
I don't have
they're about peace.
Muslim, Muslim, I'm not. But the thing is that so the battle, I could see why the Muslims would not like Christians. That was the origin of things. You know what I mean?
But there's Christians that live amongst them, though. They don't mind them.
Well, yeah, Christians are more
in Israel, they live amongst each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, this is a number spin, guys. While we're talking, this is the last spin for the indoor farmer community for this month, or for this week. Now, remember, you can use this spin to get yourself on the hat box wheel. Indoor farmer hat box. It means it's more than a hat in the box. We'll leave it at that. Make sure you let me know if you want to be on the wheel. I'm going to put everybody on the wheel from last month. I'm going to assume everyone still wants a hat that was on it last time. Anything else? No, that's it. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Kim, what was that you shared about?
One.
Was it our carriers that were going into place or moving into the near Iran or something like that. What was that?
Yeah.
So that's happening right now too. Our
I'd
nukes
imagine
are-
that they're already in place because
Right.
they dispatched them right around the time that what do you call it, attacked them.
Right. And so we're there. We're in place. We're ready to like for a
Well,
hair
we
trigger.
had
So
people in the area for a while, would be my guess.
especially
I think right after all of those people from the Gaza Strip, went and killed those 1,200 Jews that they killed
Lisa.
when they came over the borders like a year ago.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that we've had people over there, around there, for a while since then. Because one of the things that the United States is sworn to, United States and other NATO countries, but the predominantly follow on the U.S., is we are the protectors of Israel. That was part of kind of like, I don't know, kind of an understanding from when they brought, when they gave Israel back to the Jewish people.
Well, we definitely took a lot of it on to
So-
our hands when we jumped into World War II and became the world's saviors. Go ahead, Red Stick.
I was just kind of thumbing around on some current news. It looks like they've reached a tentative deal to end the strikes. Actually.
Yeah, we were speaking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that first in the beginning. Are you talking about the shipping strikes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the guy, but we talked about a little bit about the automation. I fully believe without a massive like increase in AI to where the point where it doesn't need us anymore, or whatever the whole like the worry is for that, people will always find things that we need to like we could be useful for. People like to be useful. We've had people get displaced before. Kim and I talked about it before. Cartoon Neb, loving it. Kim and I talked about it before where like there was this whole story in New York when people still had horses. They were worried that there was going to be like this. I forget what the worry was, that people were going to start choking and like dying, and there was nowhere to put the horse shit. They had nowhere to take the horse shit. It was piling up everywhere. The city was getting bigger and bigger, and everyone, there was horses everywhere. And that's when the car started to become more prevalent. I guess all of a sudden, the problem solved. So I don't know. I fully believe that stuff happens like that. Once we create stuff, we come out with new stuff. Like the trucking industry and driving industry, where like they're thinking that self-driving cars might. Jeremy's a delivery driver. How far out do you think? And Amazon would be the company probably to do it first. They already are doing the drones. They're already shipping. They did the trial runs where they're sending little drones with your package. Oh, speaking of drones, did you guys hear this? They put out an order that no private drones can be flown over the hurricane disaster zone. That's messed up. Why? Why would they put that out? That's part of the conspiracy theory. What's the deal? Because they can use those drones to help find people and to help and to survey the area better. And nope, can't have private drones. That's weird.
They can't fly the drones where?
Over the hurricane disaster zones. That's what I heard. But then I guess how did they get the Six Flags pictures?
Yeah, but there could be totally other aspects of like they're trying to give respect to potentially deceased people that are out there that they haven't found yet, or it could be like remember when the tornadoes went through here that were really horrible. Unfortunately, there's looters. There's people that go out there in the wreckage and do whatever they want. So if they're using drone technology, it's an easy way to go pinpoint and mark where you want to go and where the stuff's at that you're looking for.
But it's also,
a target zone. But I think some of it might still be respect for the deceased potentially as well, because you never know what's out there, man.
Gabrielle says maybe because they're using theirs and don't want interference.
That's very possible too.
But let's be real though, theirs would be higher up. I'm sorry, Kim. Go ahead.
Well, I think so too. I think that's probably the biggest reason. That and limited internet.
That too, bandwidth. But although you got to imagine so many houses without their internet, so like there's probably more bandwidth over there. At the
I don't
moment.
know. Everything's underwater or got washed away, so no telling.
Oh, did you see that? Elon Musk allowed for everyone to use free Starlink in those areas, and then something happened where they tried to stop him, or if they did stop him, I have to look into it. But they were trying to keep they're trying to stop him from giving out free internet. Let me look into that real quick. I got to look that up. That's another piece to this conspiracy theory. It's like, what is going on in this area where they don't want people involved?
If they're banning something or stopping you from doing something, they don't want you to know the truth. That's the bottom line.
And that's what makes it suspicious, right? Even if whatever they said is exactly what's going on, we all know that people aren't just going to believe it. You know, just like things like Fort Knox. Like, is there even an ounce of gold in there anymore? Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. There's a whole space on X where this group of people, they're on almost all day long, and it's all nothing but conspiracy theories. And so it just gets crazy. But what I'm talking about are like articles that I see written about, like this one here, where they're trying to stop Elon from giving out free Starlink.
It looks like they did deny him.
See that shit, man? Why? Give me a legit reason, and I won't think it's a conspiracy.
Right. Like,
I'm asking them, not you guys. I'm asking
what possible reason could there even be? Can any of us even think of a reason besides nefarious reason?
And if they give me some line of bullshit, I'll know it right away, Waylon.
Right.
Right.
Let's see. This says, okay, no results.
Free thinking.
The free Starlink. We're going to call it the free Starlink for hurricane.
Talking to Ryan.
So did you find that they let him do it, or?
No, they said he couldn't.
Why?
Isn't that weird? It's weird.
Starlink is offering free internet access for 30 days to Hurricane Helene victims. And then here's an article, but this was from 6 minutes ago.
You know what? I saw something earlier that said Ivanka Trump donated a bunch of Starlink equipment, because you have to have equipment to be able to.
Right. But basically, they're offering free internet to anyone who has that equipment, and so she's donating the equipment. But then, where did you see this, Red Six? I'm looking for it now too. Where they denied it.
It says they rescinded an initial award that they had granted him in 2022. It says they're arguing that Starlink wouldn't be reasonably capable of meeting the program's requirements. Is why they rejected the use of his Starlink.
Well, people are using it anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's going to keep going and keep getting bigger. See, about the last thing that we didn't even cover was the debate, and they barely talked about the hurricane. They barely even
why talk about the hurricane? That's
because those are heartstrings, you know. The one guy can blame the other guy.
Do you not know what a debate is about?
One guy blaming the other guy. That's what the debates are about right now.
Well, it's trying to convince one side over the other.
Yeah.
Why talk about
because they're not sending any aid to these people. Like, that's a huge issue, I think. To me.
Yeah, but this hurricane had just happened. It's like that. All of that stuff. It's like FEMA takes.
All right, I'll give you that.
Doing all their shit. Why bring that into the debate? That's not substantive. Yes, it does pull at heartstrings, but whose heartstrings are you going to pull? Because you know that the Democrats are going to pull the Democrat heartstrings, and the Republicans are going to. It's like.
I got no strings on me.
I want to hear about policy. I want to hear what the fuck you're going to do for my country.
Yeah, and I don't know if we got a lot of that. We did get a lot of funny, like, meme pictures of their faces, though.
You nail on the head with that one, Kim. Policy. We need to see more of that.
Yeah, that's what I want to see more of, for sure.
It was one of the more cordial debates I've ever seen, man. I mean, those guys were actually decent to each other. And presidential ones are never that way.
There was this whole moment, though.
Let me just tell you something. So Tim Walz is like that genuinely. Okay, that came across to me like I read him like a book. This guy is warm, and
A liar.
they all are, dude.
It doesn't mean I want him to be my vice president, though.
Yeah, but so
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, how he is, how he was, that's him. Vance, on the other hand, has a likability problem because he's an asshole.
He's the most crisp and likable one of all four of them.
Absolutely.
No, he has a likability
He's
issue.
never done stolen valor. That's a big difference, man. Like that's
People
crazy.
do not like.
him
I'm
all.
telling you, polling
Insane.
wise, people like him the least out of all of the politicians.
Two people,
And
I
he's
think.
an
I don't
asshole.
think that's true.
He. It is a fact, dude.
From where? Who's fact?
Because I watch a lot of political shows, and they
So do
talk.
I.
Yeah, but shows means there's an opinion coming from the guy who owns the show.
But they're taking
Yeah.
it from polls. People do polling. There's a lot of money vested in polling.
and
I've done
polls-
polling. I've ran numbers for polling. I'm a political science
Right.
major, so
So
I've
I
been
a
all up
polling
in all
company,
that.
they're gonna see it my way more, aren't they? Since I'm the one paying for it.
Yep.
Polls are nothing. Not
I'm
one.
not into polls.
Says the
Anyway.
national poll right now, Harris is favored by 3.9%.
Yeah,
Who's poll?
Let's see. This is
This
coming
world has gone crazy.
seven.
Well, of course they're going to say that. Like,
to win.
they literally call it a shadow campaign. Like the people on the left, the cabal, the left and the right, the Republicans and the Democrats that work together, that have been for years. They literally call it a shadow campaign from like the New York Times, and even they talking about the Washington Post. Like, look at I'll look up the article. A shadow campaign of a cabal of people that to work together to make sure that this guy doesn't. Come on, you guys.
You know,
Like,
you know what I was wondering? I was wondering this, and maybe you guys have an answer for me. I was wondering why they didn't do another primary for the Democrat Party instead of shooing in the vice president. Why wouldn't they make it fair and bring those Democrats back out and let them fight for presidency again? I don't understand why it was just like, oh, so okay, well, she's it then.
well, that's democracy. That's how you protect democracy, Don. You
A lot of
install
Democracy works that way. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in the Democratic Party were pretty upset about that.
Yeah, is there laws that said they're allowed to do that, or they break a law? There's got to be a law.
Yeah, there was a technical thing. They made the they waited until close to the convention for Joe to say he's not going to run, and so then he passed it on. Like, there's a technical way out of it. I'm sure Kim knows the way that they say it's all right.
You did get sick, didn't he? Didn't you get the COVID or something like that?
Do you need what?
You got sick, Joe Biden?
Oh yeah, he got COVID, and then it was like, will he or won't he run? And that's why they waited until after the first debate, so that there wouldn't. So that's one debate down, so they couldn't debate. So anyway, it was all very timely.
It was over after that debate. It was over for him, man.
Yeah, they made him wait long enough to where there was no way to change and get another primary. They waited until after the deadline of having another primary. That's the technical route that they took. Anyway, that's pretty weird.
Kim, I wasn't trying to put down your work as a poll worker.
I wasn't a poll worker.
No, you said you worked for polling companies or something.
I worked a poll or two in my time.
I have a master's.
Kim, you're a poll worker, huh? You're a poll worker, huh, Kim?
I didn't mean it like that.
Hey, man, times are hard. It's inflation.
I didn't mean it.
I have to say that's one saggy ass poll.
No, you said you did work with polling. I said, well, whoever pays for the polling, that's how the polling goes. I wasn't trying to discredit.
We weren't doing it through paid. I was doing the work through a university, so it was statistical research. These guys were, I have a master's degree in political science, and when you get at that level, it's all research stuff, and you're running numbers. It's crazy, a lot of statistics.
Yeah, right. But it wasn't political then, what you were doing.
Oh yeah, how's it not political?
Clinical analyzation, but not actually
Especially if you're doing research, because then you got a hypothesis that's usually leading to a paper, and everything is based on politics.
Oh, I thought yours was college related or something. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, no, it was through the college. The college that's where you get a lot of your statistics.
Oh, so you bring in info on polls to your political science classes and stuff.
And not to the classes. This is all done outside of class. This is research. So professors have two jobs. They teach and they do research. The teaching is to fund the research.
Right on.
So yeah,
well, other things fund research too. Come on now.
Yeah, you can get private, but
no, there's other funding that comes in, but I'm just
government funding.
Yeah.
Well, where do you think that funding? Government.
This is why I don't trust scientists.
Have you ever been on a grant website, like look for grants?
Yeah, I went to college. I was looking for the Pell Grant and all that stuff.
No. I mean, like grants, like say you want to start up a company and you're looking for like a small business grant or.
I've looked into it, but I can't remember.
Have you ever been on those sites? The government site for that? There's like rows of grants that are available, and so you apply for grants, wherever, whether
Brenda's
it's a company or the government, you apply for them. The government doesn't just give you them. You have to write a grant proposal and all kinds of stuff to get those funds. And a grant proposal, at least in political science, a grant proposal is usually we're going to do research on something, or we're doing research or something.
So the problem today, though, is they're taking the end answer and then they're making a research about it. So a lot of scientists are taking what they know will get funded, and they will make the numbers fit. They'll shove the square peg in the round hole, and we know this because the consensus of scientists that are being paid by the government is a completely different consensus from the scientists that aren't. We saw that in COVID and other such things.
Oh yeah,
like it was a stark difference. Like what? Wait, where's this one being funded? Where's his research being? Oh, he's got to make sure his research is continuing being funded, so they have to say things. And scientists have come out about this from the science community, have come out and whistleblown and said how bad it is inside that community. Science is not a thing that you believe in. Science is a thing that's to be questioned all the time. All the time. But they don't let you question these things nowadays, like global warming and all this stuff. Some of those things will push you out of those circles where you get the funding. And so let's just say that like incentive over time has caused a problem. I'm not saying it's nefarious. I'm not saying it's some like on purpose, evil, maybe not. But over time, people have been incentivized to like produce research that will get them more funding.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Down the road,
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the college, college institutions. Research funding is a huge chunk of their budget.
Planet of the Apes was started.
Huh?
I don't know. Planet of the Apes. He said, "Isn't that how Planet of the Apes was started? Was it research funding?" I don't know. Was it research about?
I don't know. That's how we got the Incredible Hulk, though.
Some teacher that had something like that, and he came up with this compound that it tried it on the monkey, and it made the monkey the first one made him really smart. And then,
in the movie, yeah. During some research, and there, I thought maybe that was the original idea came from the research that happened during World War II, was it, or World War I, where Hitler and where the Nazis were trying to get apes and humans to mate in some way, either direction, which you know what I'm saying. And so they tried to make it work either way, and then you find out about genomes and like how they're off by different whatever. Yeah, no, they really did. The Nazis tried to make, like, they wanted soldiers, like half ape soldiers, That was the idea. But yeah, Joe said what Joe says about the scientists mysteriously dying. Like I'm tired of seeing that and then going, oh well, that must not be anything. You know what I mean? Like people being shut up and stopped. That's what makes me look at those things more when I see something like that happening. Oh, there it is. There's a red flag. You know what I mean? Like guy that comes out that guy in China that came out about COVID. What was it like in 2019? Like they disappeared that guy faster than it was a Chinese doctor or something. He can't.
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
remember
he died from COVID.
Oh, I believe it. That's died
Didn't
from two COVID entries into the skull, probably.
Yeah.
Self
Yeah,
COVID.
I definitely want to be an enemy of the Chinese government in any way.
A cool movie on YouTube called Diablo Dungeon and Dragon movie. Okay, that sounds like was that a new movie? Okay, we're in a movie. We got about 15 minutes left, guys.
That Chinese guy, they probably used one of those CO2 vaccinations. Remember that, Waylon, when you went through boot camp?
The air, put the air right into your skin. We found out before that doesn't kill you. You have to put quite a bit of air into your vein for it to get all the way to your brain. Yeah. Well, when was that, Kim? I forget what episode that was. Somebody was talking about it.
Yeah.
About, how much air it takes to kill you by putting it into your it was Bean Dongo was talking about it. How much air you'd have to inject in somebody's IV or whatever. I guess there's some situation where it's not easy to do or something that we thought.
Well, yeah, when you go into a vein, there's pressure from your blood pressure. So, so it would to push air in there is like through an IV drip. If you don't flush the drip out before you attach it to the patient, you can push air into their system. But the air in that tube going down to their body is less pressure than the blood pressure. So it's
not going to go anywhere.
It works its way back up to the bag. You know what I'm saying? But if you literally sent into an artery or into a vein straight air, that would
into
somebody up. You know what I mean?
Right into the temple.
Yeah.
I was a combat lifesaver overseas. So we did the IVs and all the the bandages and all the different tourniquets and such. Neck tourniquets. And,
I'm sitting there thinking of a candy.
Combat lifesaver.
Yeah.
I was just a guy. I just carried around a big, from a ship. I had a big lifesaver. Rubber ducky. I had to carry a rubber ducky around with me. I had a big ducky on the front. I got you in the sand. They fall down this big sand dune. I got you. Throw it out. Anyway, it's been a good show, guys. Thanks a lot. But if you want to promote anything, anybody want to shout some stuff out, go right ahead. Neb, we got your book coming out. I guess
yes, we do have the book coming out. I'll fix it tonight. Yeah.
Sure. And you're seeing that. I guess I got to mention in the book. Hey, what's up? And shouts out to the Outdoor Farmer for the end of the season, harvest time for the grapes. We'll maybe have to get him on more often. I want to have you on Wednesday sometime to talk about grapes and vineyards and such. I think that'd be an interesting one.
Definitely, man. I really like that.
Appreciate it. Are you doing anything this weekend? Sunday is a level up event in Springfield.
Are you going down there?
Big event. I'm going to be going down there. Sativa Steve's going to give me a ride down there because my car, Trevor, is dead. So I'm going to be down there early. We're going to be doing a podcast with them on their podcast in their studio. And then I'm going to go live while we're there. And I guess I'm going to be there till the cows come home.
What time is that? Noon or
something? I want to say noon, but I'm going to be there well before then, I think.
You want me to look it up real quick?
Sure. But you're probably busy there, Jeremy, but just wanted to tell you about it in case you were interested.
I'm going out to Eureka to my buddy's place. We're going to celebrate his birthday on Sunday.
Nice.
Eureka.
I heard of Eureka always makes me think of Frisbee golf. So I
Yep.
heard of a tournament coming up recently or soon here in October. I think 12th. There's a tournament.
That's a pretty challenging course, man.
It's my favorite course. I love that.
I really dig it, but it's just a haul to get out there just to go play around with frisbee golf. Sometimes I ain't got the time for all that.
There's another one. I went to another event while it was happening, but I met someone that was telling me about one up in northern Illinois that they literally have to drive golf carts around on a frisbee golf course because of how far away. McNaughton, you think? Yeah,
no,
but
there's one
really
here. There's one here that's a paid course, man. You can drink beer. They allow you to buy beer and stuff, and you got golf carts too.
Where?
I want to say.
Night, Smashley.
Sunset Hills and Pekin.
Yeah, Pekin. I was gonna say it's Pekin. I believe it. I couldn't. I knew it was Pekin. I was trying to come up with Sunset Hills. Dude, I work with that I've been playing. Like how I contacted you to play with us the other day, man. I've been playing more with a couple dudes from work, dude. But they were telling me about it. We're gonna go out and play it, or I'd like to. Sounds pretty cool,
I'd love
man.
to. Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know how much it costs, but I need to buy a new disc or whatever. But we'll see.
Nah, dude, the discs don't change, man. You got to just practice. We suck no matter what.
The discs do change. I got some chewed up discs. So.
Oh, that's on you, man. Don't leave your shit laying around for the dog to get it.
Most of my discs are pound. Like the only one I have.
Dog's fault, man. You left that shit laying around.
The peanut butter was all over it. What's that? What did
I know, you're right.
What was
it's
you
still
doing?
on my fingers. You leave her alone, man. She's a sweet girl.
She got out of the freaking yard today. My neighbors, my elderly neighbors, had to message me, and this is multiple times now. One of my elderly neighbors had to walk all the way down the street to go and get her for me because I was busy down here on my phone already. Didn't get the call, and so I can't let her out. So right now she's on supervised yard time.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to put her. I'm gonna have to get like a runner cable or whatever again, which is very annoying. But hey,
got her on that 23-1 lockdown.
You have to do the time. Yeah, I want to get a new fence put up, but now I'm gonna have to spend some money on a new car. So that's what it is.
I'd put an electrical fence up, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Get one of
I had a neighbor.
Kim's trying to make hot dogs.
I had a neighbor
grilled hot dogs
that had a wolf hybrid, and wolf hybrids are very, very intelligent dogs. And so anyway, he had to run electrical wire around the bottom of the fence and around the top of the fence to keep that damn dog in the yard.
Instead of like just a runner, like a harness and a runner.
Well, why would you want to?
So that you don't have to electrocute the dog, I guess. I don't know.
They only do it a couple of times.
Played with an electric fence, Waylon.
I've never peed on an electric fence, if that's what you're asking.
I didn't ask that. I said, have you ever played around with one?
Not any more or less than the next guy.
Kim, what you doing, Kim? What you doing?
They don't electrocute you, dude. You're nasty.
I don't
dude.
play with.
You need to get a girlfriend.
You doing?
What's that to do with an electric fence? I am lost right now. I have not played with an electric fence, but if it's anything like a girlfriend, I can imagine it's probably terrible.
It's like the 9-volt battery trick.
If it's anything like a girlfriend, it's probably terrible.
Electric fences do not electrocute you, dude.
Okay, then they're probably.
I've touched livestock, freaking livestock ones, and that hurts when you get zapped by those.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I'm still here. They don't
Here you go, Waylon. We got one out at the vineyard, man. We got it out there for deer. We got a livestock one, dude. You can come out. I'll turn it on for you. We can tape it. I'll tape you touching it so we can have proof, man.
We'll live stream it. We'll live stream it. A live wire live. We'll call it Waylon's Live Wire live stream.
I don't know if you want to live stream it, man.
I'll pee in my poop in my pants.
I was gonna say you get that wet spot, dude. You can't go back. It's live.
I'm in my pee pants right now.
You'll be known for your wet britches.
Well, you build 1,000, you build bridges your whole life, you know, and then you pee your pants one time. And you're a pee
1,000
pants.
days is that one thing to bring people up.
Pocahontas, I'd like to invite you up. You should. I see you do some live streams. You should come up on People in the Boxes sometime. With all these fine people.
I like
Thank
that
you
name.
all for coming. I'm
So
actually
that's,
putting your names on a list for everybody that participates in People in the Boxes this month, and I think I'm going to do that from now on. And I think there's going to be a little special something that I can do for people just to get some
Howdy, Tim.
more guests up in here. Ludacris attended the Atlanta Falcons game. Luda.
All tied up.
He's got a pretty good team.
Yeah,
this year,
that's what John was saying.
looks like.
What do you say? 27-27 right now.
it's 30-27.
I played football. I don't really watch it. You know.
That
You know what
event's
sport I like?
12-7.
You know what sport I like? American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
the sport. That's the sport I can get behind because that's an individual.
Boxing.
Everybody's their individual own person. You know, yeah, there's groups. There's like groups that have formed, you know, which is kind of a cool like sub thing. But they're not. They can't help each other while they're on the separate cheer for each other. That's it. You know. So I think that's a pretty cool sport.
I'm going to watch my Lions get the Super Bowl for the very first time this year, yo.
You think that's what's going to happen?
The Lions are going to the Super Bowl this year.
How much you got on it?
Uh-oh.
Pardon?
Up, Doc, how much you got on it?
Uh-oh.
We'll talk off screen.
Between me and my bookie. Thank you. And the Lord.
Talk off screen.
Very chill, educating. Thanks, Pocahontas. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been watching, but we had a pretty good episode tonight. Hit some pretty awesome things going on that are crazy, and some are bad, some are good. She said, "I'd love to. It'd be an honor, but just not tonight. We love and admire everything, all that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah, I see you live sometimes, and you know it's hard. I don't always have the time to watch and hang out on other people's lives, but this show is for that reason. It's to help anybody out there that wants to help, you know, network and, you know, get themselves out there and chit chat with other people that are doing that same thing. Maybe some that aren't, you know, Jeremy's not, maybe he will be, maybe he'll get in like only grapes.com soon or whatever, you know, maybe he'll start his thing, but otherwise he's not worried about that. But other people that do can most certainly come up and every week work on their following, and we all kind of help each other, and it's good. It's a pool of networking, but also it's open to anybody. That's why I say every week, anybody in the audience can come up if you're wanting to input or put in some experience or share your experience. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get out of here.
That's pretty cool, Waylon.
Hey, there's so many things to say, you know, intros, outros, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I got you. Don't worry. I got you hooked up. Don't worry about it. I'm working on something for you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, cool. Thanks. Yeah. It'd be cool for, I think, Tuesday. You're working on my indoor farmer reviews. Yeah. Neb is a musician, too, guys. So go follow everybody on the screen, even Jeremy, the outdoor farmer. Follow him anyway. Just get with us, yeah, every Thursday.
Jeremy's like,
let us know.
huh?
We're looking for more reoccurring co-hosts. So anyway, have a good weekend, guys. We will not have a game night this weekend. Remember, I didn't say that enough this week, but there won't be a game night this weekend. I will probably do a live stream from the event down in Springfield. But yeah, we'll come back on Monday. So have a good, and then we'll see Kim on Sunday for the Sunday fun day. And if you're a veteran, go check out Boots to Bushes. Doc, have a good weekend, man. You guys have fun out there. Take some pictures. We'll check it out.
Peace. Much love to you.
It was really nice to meet all of you. Thank you, man.
Likewise, Doc.
Always welcome back, brother.
Definitely.
Peace and love. Happy growing.
Much love.
Hey,
All right.
to you as well.
Remember, guys, everybody on the screen and everybody out there, all of us have to eat. Be around. Gotta eat. Have a good night. Peace.
Good night.
Hey, you too, buddy.